Hey, welcome to D&D with high school students, Season 3. This is the Prelude adventure, the introductory chapter before we begin the big game, to explain how Matthew and Neely's characters know one another. The little bit of the backstory that ties it all in, if you will. Matthew, reintroduce your character.
So I am Yomi, a dragonborn sorcerer. I'm an acid dragon. I'm an iridescent black, and I am quite up there in age, anywhere from 70 to 85. It's unsure.
And your background is Outlander.
Yes, correct.
So when he's not on adventures or pursuing secret arcane knowledge, what does Yomi do?
Yomi's got just this little, very modest wooden cabin in the woods, right next to a lake. He loves fishing and trapping.
Okay.
And that's pretty much all he does. He cooks his own food, grows his own vegetables and fruit, just lives off of the land.
And Neely, reintroduce your character.
My character is Mantra. I'm a tiefling paladin, and I'm also an outlander.
Now, we talked before camera started rolling this morning about how you guys would have met. And you guys came up with kind of a good story. So,
basis,
yeah.
So,
Being that both of you were Outlanders.
So, I guess kind of the introduction of it, like the very basic relationship, how we met each other was like, even though we both are Outlanders and we live in secluded areas by ourselves, we still do go into civilization. We need to trade our goods so we can get other things and just get the things that we need to live out in the wild by ourselves. And so, yeah, that's how Yomi and Mantra, that's how they met. They just became close friends. They traded goods a lot and shared stories.
Now, in one of the times when you guys were out on a big adventure, kind of, roaming through the wilds of Kabul Kailish, which there's a lot of open land, a lot of wild open land in between the few villages, towns, and cities. You came across a group of dwarven barbarians, and it was a small group, but you, just from living in the area, you know that this particular group is called the Quoshin, and they typically are like big tribes. They roam in hordes sometimes, but there's also smaller kind of raiding parties, and you came across a group of Quoshin at one point, and you fought against them very valiantly and were able to kind of repel them. And in doing so, you kind of saved this small hamlet.
It was all me.
Oh, it was all you.
Yeah,
It was all me.
And there's like a small hamlet, basically 6 or 7 farms with like one, general like
A living area.
community living area where people did their stuff. And these Quoshin basically would have like torched this little.
It would have been decimated. Gone.
This little neighborhood, but you guys kind of saved them. So,
Nice.
but then like after that, you kind of had other regular adventures and whatnot, and really it was relatively a few quiet years.
Yeah.
And there were even some times where you wouldn't see each other for like a whole season. Like you'd be off in one part of the country, kind of
Separate
doing
ways,
something.
yeah.
And it's
doing our own things.
and weeks or months would go by, and then you'd kind of reconnect here and there. More recently, you had just kind of finished up with both of you doing your own separate things throughout the summer season, and you wanted to go to the capital for the fall equinox festival, which is kind of a time that draws all the people of the domain together, because it's when people, no matter what god or gods you worship, it's kind of like when everybody, the farmers all bring their crops in the fall, and craftsmen, it's like a big
Celebration
thing.
of
Yeah,
everybody.
it's a celebration of like the
fall
end of
celebration,
season.
yes.
Yeah. And it's also very
General
religious
culture.
too. So like the earth, earth, water, fire, wind, all the different temples have their own celebrations, and their people come to the capital also to pay homage to the theocracy. So so you guys are kind of way out in the wilds, making your way towards the capital, and you as you're kind of traveling along, neither one of you have horses, so you're just on foot, kind of making your own way. And you've been on the road for a few days. You camp at night, and then you travel during the day. You make stops, but you're not in a big hurry because you have plenty of time, kind of before things kick off in the capital. But as you're making your way along one afternoon, up ahead, kind of over, there's like a kind of like a few miles of this grove of bamboo. Because remember, this is a very tropical continent.
Yes.
It's Mediterranean kind of climate. So even though it's fall, it's still like, 75 degrees and like humid and stuff. So there's a lot of bamboo. You kind of see this bamboo forest up ahead. And you see like a lot of motion. And you hear, even off in the distance, several hundred yards away, you hear like the sounds of yells and screams and you're not sure what it is because the bamboo forest kind of obscures it. But you figure if you go in closer, you can maybe hear or see more of what's going on. So what do you do?
Go closer, but low key.
Yeah, I would just say just kind of casually keep walking along, getting closer, but not really making any special plans to go and do something, just kind of investigating casually.
Okay, so I'm going to have you make a skill check, which is good practice for both of you. So on your skills, remember that the ones with black means you have proficiency, okay? So if you have stealth with proficiency, there should be a number next to it. And even if you don't, you could still make a roll. So what's the number next to yours for stealth, Neely?
2.
2. Matthew, 2. Okay, so you're going to pick up a d20. This is basically the dice that you use. The die.
most of it.
Sorry. The die, singular die.
We're gonna
This
get
is the
upset.
die that you use when you're making rolls for any of these skill checks or any saving throws or for attacks. This is like 90% of the time, this is how you resolve anything.
Okay.
Okay, so what you're going to do is roll that and add the bonus that
Add
you have
2?
for stealth.
15.
I got a 1.
Okay, so a 15 is pretty good actually. So even though
This
you're
is gonna be tragic.
even though Neely, you have like weapons and armor and stuff, you're moving pretty quietly through the grasslands as you get towards this big grove of bamboo. Matthew, a 1 is typically known as a critical failure. So what I'm going to say is this: is that
Do you
you're
not have a
walking
bonus?
along.
I have a +2 bonus.
So you have 3.
That's right, but a 1
Still-
is
still-
I mean. Even if he failed the skill check, which he did, you succeeded because a 15 is actually just on the mark of success. So you're kind of moving along stealthily, and you're like kind of like I'm going.
Like aware of
Yeah.
Am I
And
just
you're
over here
you're
just, like,
carefully separating out the
making
grass,
as much noise as
and all of a
possible.
sudden you hear Yomi behind you just go oh, and you hear like the sound
falls
of
down.
This is what you sound. It's the sound of crackling wood, like, and then he's like oh. Matthew, make a saving throw, a dexterity saving throw. So look again at dexterity saving throws. Up.
Up. Oh, dexterity is... I get +2.
Okay, so
11. Does that count because it like went up the side?
yeah, it counts.
Okay.
So your total will be 13.
Okay.
Unfortunately, that's not high enough. So you fall
Okay.
into a pit trap. Basically, somebody had laid bamboo across a big pit
Gee.
and covered it with leaves and grass.
Yeah.
And you fell into it.
Yeah, like Vietnam.
So you.
Bald.
Yeah.
Exactly
So-
like Vietnam.
Now it's not a far drop. I'm not going to have you like take damage, but you're
like,
you're down.
Now
in the
I
pit.
am now in a hole.
Just unfortunate.
So you hear this. You
Right.
hear this like, and you look and you see this like collapsed thing in a hole. You can't even see him though, so do you go back or what do you do?
I think I would like see if anything else changed because of the noise. Like I would like.
Okay, make a perception roll.
All
So
right.
there's perception. You have a plus for that.
If you were gonna keep walking, Neely, I was gonna be pretty upset.
Oof. Oof.
Gosh.
So it's 5. Big rip.
You don't see anything. You don't hear anything change. You still hear the sound of like
But
yelling
nothing-
and like
Gotcha.
off in the distance towards that bamboo grove, but you don't in your immediate
Nothing
area.
new.
You don't see anything. So
Gotcha.
you're in a pit.
Okay. And I'm just in a pit.
What are you gonna do about that?
Can I get like
Well,
like
You see Mantra like peer over.
like what the hell did you just do?
So you're about like
Well,
15 feet down.
Okay, 15 feet in a hole. Well, I would just be like, I'd have Mantra. I'd be like, hey, like, check this out. Like, this was clearly a trap set by someone.
this
Like,
out.
this is not just a accident. Before you come help me, like, you might want to, like, make sure everything's okay. But, like, she kind of already looked. But, like, so I'm telling her, like, this is obviously weird. I just fell in a hole.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is not just like, oh, he fell.
Now,
So
if you want to do
something's
a
up.
full investigation, which is what he's kind of suggesting, that means like really looking thoroughly
like
around
checking
the
the
area,
perimeter.
not just like a perception, but just a
Gotcha.
full. Then I'll have you roll an investigation roll. Sometimes the investigation is academic, like you go to the library or the
Gotcha.
temple and you're researching.
13. There we go.
17.
Okay, you know what? You look around thoroughly,
Thoroughly. like
and
a
on a
search.
nearby tree,
Okay.
carved carefully into the bark in
That's
such a
how
way
thorough.
that's like you would not have noticed this unless you'd been really looking for
Okay.
it. You see a symbol. Now you have to make a history roll. I'm just having you guys roll a lot so
Just
that
for
you,
fun.
you get in the habit of doing this.
Oh, can I do another one? It just fell.
No, it doesn't matter. So I'm just going to say that you
it's
know.
a 7. It's a
Yeah.
7.
So, I mean, you're getting how this works, right?
Right.
Yes.
So when you want to do something, you kind of explain what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna start rolling.
Sometimes if you guys are really struggling, I'll give you a hint.
Yeah.
Or I'll just tell you make a roll. But typically as the player, you guys want to think.
Make your own
and even if you
decisions,
don't
yeah.
don't worry about like if you don't know how to do something. Just
Yeah.
put yourself in your character's position and try to pretend and think like, well, what would my character do? And then tell me what you want to do and I'll help you figure out how to do it.
Okay.
So long story short, you find this symbol and you're like, oh crap, that's the Quo Shin, like the dwarven barbarian
Oh.
horde. This you make this connection. You're like, this must be one of their pit traps because you know that they kidnap people. They don't always raid and kill. Sometimes they kidnap people and ransom them because
Fantastic.
they're nasty little dudes. So
Okay.
you know that.
Mm-hmm.
You hear sounds from a bamboo grove a couple hundred yards away, and Yomi, old dragonborn Yomi, is stuck in a 15-foot pit. So what are you gonna do?
I think I would get him out and then we would both.
How? Do you have rope?
Do I have? How do I know that?
It's on your sheet.
Oh.
Okay, I got a staff, okay?
Okay.
I do too.
So
Okay, there you go.
We got staffs.
So you're gonna reach your staff down to him,
Okay.
and he's going to grab it,
Right.
and you're gonna make a strength plus athletics
Oh,
check.
please.
Oh.
Oh, plus
So
4.
athletics.
Plus 4 plus 6. Okay.
Okay, so what's your
Easy money,
athletics?
Neely.
6.
Okay, so you're gonna roll this and add 6. You're basically like, you're pulling him up.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Okay, he falls.
I'd
Again.
Try
Again.
again. Try again. Can I try
Okay, I'm
again?
gonna let you try again.
Okay. Second attempt.
Oh my
I
god.
have a problem. I think I need to
You know
use
what it
2
is?
hands.
It's not your strength because you're a very strong tiefling. You have an 18 strength. That's
Right.
massive.
It's slippery.
It's slippery. It's very humid,
Okay.
and
Okay.
you're trying to pull up an old
He's too sweaty.
dragonborn.
I'm just kind of dead weight. I'm not helping her very
Okay.
much. So
Do you have a rope?
I do not have a rope.
Okay.
Let's see.
I don't know what
Neely,
that
I'm gonna have you
says.
make a nature check while we're learning how to play the game.
Yeah,
so
can we
look
get-
under your skills at nature
All right.
or survival. Which one's better? Survival.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll survival and add the bonus.
I need to.
There you go.
That's a lot better. So it's 15.
Okay, you're like, oh wait, and you look, and in one of the nearby trees,
Vines.
They're vines.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, let's get
so
some vines, make
you
some
hack
ropes.
off a chunk of vine and you twist it together and you lower it down.
Tie some knots in there. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And now
Get
you pull
yourself
them
out.
up much easier. So you after let's say 5 minutes. It
Yeah.
takes about 5 minutes to kind of prepare this rope vine, and she throws it down there, pull him, and now he's up. So now you're both up. Both of you, without even making a perception roll, you notice that the sound of the cries has become more desperate. You hear like there's like multiple voices that are lower that are like yelling, and then there's like one person that's a higher voice that's crying out for help towards the bamboo. Are you gonna take your time and stealth over there? Are you gonna run over there? Are you gonna shoot a firebolt into the bamboo grove? What are you gonna
Let's
do?
see. Let me see if I have any spells that would be anything useful.
So one thing that I always tell players, among many things, is try to think about what your character could do.
Okay.
Because you have skills and stuff, right? But you also have spells, you have abilities, you have racial abilities, and that's the other thing. I
We never
printed
did
out
that.
your spells.
Yay!
So here are your spells,
Okay.
and then here are the
What
actual
they are.
descriptions and how they work
Okay.
on both sides. So, and Matthew, I did the same thing for you. You have cantrips and spells and all that stuff. All right, so meta moment. As the DM, I'm just going to tell
Okay.
you,
We should go towards it.
right? So the
Cautiously.
DM, I'm the narrator.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, like, the cries were getting more and
Right.
more
Okay.
desperate. You hear one voice calling for help high above the guttural, low growls and howls.
We gotta see how many people there are first, though.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think.
Yeah,
So,
so
do
I
you
say
go
if there's
towards
like
the
a-
bamboo
no, yeah, I say
forest?
Yeah.
we go over there in a quick manner, but not like we're,
Like
we're
before-
You're not
full on
running
like
up
before-
We're not
and, like,
running like we are prepared to like just go run and fight everyone, but we want to get there quickly so
Yeah.
we can see what's going on. We're not
Okay.
trying to like run up straight to him, but we want to be able to get eyes on the
You run.
situation.
All right, you run, you get there very quickly.
Okay.
And I'll just say, like, as you get, like, within 50 feet of
Yeah.
the bamboo grove, you see bamboo, like, things being shook, like, all over. And it sounds like a group of maybe 4 or 5 people are trying to find one person in this maze of bamboo. So you hear, like, I think he went that way. No, he's this way. Come on. Blah, blah, blah. But it's very, oh, wait, actually, what languages do you speak?
Common, Draconic, and Dwarvish.
I have Common, Elvish, and Infernal.
Okay, actually, scratch the words that you heard me say. Here's what you hear.
So we don't understand.
No,
Okay.
No, not at all.
but you hear about
Yes.
4, maybe 5 distinct voices. You see a bunch, people moving around, but you can't really see their heads because this is
Yeah.
some of these bamboo things are 8, 10 feet tall, but you see the bamboo things shaking and the sounds of rattling and creaking bamboo. And then every once in a while you'll hear like a help, help, and that you do understand in common.
Okay.
This is just interesting.
So they have
Because part
one
of me just
person
kind
and
of
they're
wants to
looking
say
for...
like this isn't a
kinda wanna
situation
ditch
that
it.
I would
I
want to be
kinda
in.
wanna ditch
That's what I'm
it.
thinking right now because first off, it's 4 or 5 people looking for one person.
Right.
So this one person clearly is either in a lot of danger or has done something very badly. Either way, have no affiliation to this. Am I really
This is
gonna
such a
go
thing he would
run
say.
into like this huge, pretty much maze because you can't see anything? Of 5 people who then could think I'm the person they're looking for. I'm just gonna stand there and wait. I'm gonna see what
we
what
know we're
Mantra
not
says.
friends with them because we already fought them. Right.
I'm
The
gonna
same-
stand there and let her take the lead. If she wants to go in there, I'll let her go in. But I think I'm gonna stay out.
Neely, this is a perfect point to discuss what it's like to be a paladin, because paladins have codes, like a code. Every paladin
you
kind of
like
has a
morally
code.
feel obligated to do this. I would feel like.
Yes, and since you're new and since I don't remember
But
what you chose, we're
what
gonna
if
actually
because
look.
I'm an Outlander, I don't?
What if you give 0
Yeah, it
F's
should be right
about
here.
anything?
Yeah.
Well, Neely, that's
What if my moral code is more to survival?
someone on the internet right now is probably like, oh God. Not at you, at me, because I should know better. So, Oath of Devotion, Oath of the Ancients, Oath of Vengeance. Ooh, Vengeance. I think Vengeance is what you picked.
I don't think we did this.
Maybe we didn't.
Nice job, DM.
I don't think we did this.
Guess we'll have to figure that out.
All right.
Well, here. Fight the greater evil.
Meta.
Faced with the choice of fighting my sworn foe or combating a lesser evil, I choose the greater evil. No mercy for the wicked. Ordinary foes might win my mercy, but my sworn enemies do not. By any means necessary.
I don't know.
Is that too hardcore for you?
Maybe. Yeah. Right. I don't
Oath
know.
of the Ancients is kind of like you're a guardian of nature.
I like that better.
Kindle the light. Through your acts of mercy, kindness, and forgiveness, kindle the light of hope in the world, beating back despair. Shelter the light, where there is good, beauty, and love, and laughter in the world. stand against the wickedness that
Those
would
are
swallow
like
it.
polar opposites. Like this one's like,
Preserve your own light. Delight in song and laughter and beauty.
I
and
don't
art.
care about that at all.
Okay.
0%.
And then oath of devotion is more of, I think, a religious one. Justice, virtue, order.
I'd probably do that one, right?
Maybe.
Because that can go either way
Read it.
depending on.
Honesty. Don't lie or cheat. Let your word be your promise. Courage. Never fear to act.
But I have
Compassion.
a high charisma.
Aid others.
Right? So, like, if I have a high charisma, is my thing really going to be honesty and, like,
Well, sure.
honor?
Do you have deception as a skill?
Well, yeah, I mean, just because you're charismatic doesn't mean you're charismatic.
Being
in a
charismatic could mean
deceptive
being
way.
persuasive.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong
You
with
could
being
be
persuasive or
so
inspiring
morally
I also wanna,
perfect
like,
that
get stuff
people look up to you.
done.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to skip your oath. Because
Okay.
there's actually other oath options in other books. We'll look at that later.
Okay.
Just tell me, as a person who is typically heroic, you hear many voices seemingly chasing down one voice who is crying out for help.
I want to know. Like, I want to know who it is. Who.
I don't think we can find that. Like,
As you guys are kind of standing there listening and assessing, and maybe even like whispering back and forth, like, what should we do? You hear the bamboo, like the sounds, and you see the movement coming towards you. Like
Okay.
one of the 5 or 6 people that are out in this bamboo maze is coming towards you.
okay, so
I
we
vote-
are hearing the one voice correctly. Do we know what language that is?
You heard a bunch of voices
But
in a
so
language that
there's
you
the
don't know.
one the
This
one
is
one
one
that
we
you
don't know.
understood was help.
Yes. Do we know what language that is? Is that a
It
language
was in
that we
common.
speak?
Yes.
I mean,
But if they're coming towards us.
I might as well. This is what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna like say something to this girl. Or I'm assuming it's a girl. You keep saying it's a high pitched voice. I don't know. Whoever is this person that is speaking this common language, I'm going to say, who are you? Do you need help? What is going on?
But we're not by them.
As you're saying that, bursting through the bamboo, you see an older man, human, dressed in what was once very
Okay.
nice clothing,
Okay.
like noble clothes,
Like-
but is now torn, and he's
Okay.
got scratches and cuts all
So
over
he
his
was
arms and his
speaking-
face,
Okay.
and he's like, good folk, please help me!
Yes.
Horrible barbarians are upon me! Quickly, we must go! They'll find us any moment! And he looks like he's probably a human who's maybe in his 50s, possibly 60s.
Okay.
And he looks like he's been already kind of beat up, but then he also looks like he's just got like scratches and cuts from like running through the
Yes,
bamboo
yes,
and stuff.
I half
And
don't
he's-
believe him.
And his clothes are like
Like
Obviously,
scratched
he's
and
been-
kind of raggedy.
at one point when they were new, they were probably like worth more than everything you own.
Okay.
But now like
They are
they're
destroyed.
shreds.
Yes. Okay.
And he keeps looking behind. He's like, please, do you understand the words that are coming from my mouth? Please, we must go. And you hear like the clatter of bamboo coming towards you guys.
I know what I'm gonna do. So I have that invisibility spell.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be like, listen, dude, I'm gonna make you invisible. There's a hole, maybe 20 feet that way. It's 15 feet deep.
Go lay in it.
Go into the hole and you wait there for us to come back. Or I'm gonna tell him, if you don't want to go in the hole, you go 20 feet that way and you sit behind a tree and we will come back. That's what I'm thinking. I think this guy is he's a good guy and he's
Roll
just
persuasion.
in a
How long does
bad.
the spell last?
It's an hour, so he will be invisible for an hour
So
until we choose
why do we have
end.
to help him? If he's invisible, why can't we just leave him in a hole and be like?
Roll persuasion
Wait
to
till
see if he
persuasion.
wants to do what you want to do.
Oh, I have a good persuasion. I remember. Yes, +5.
Okay.
You're kidding! What are these dice, Bill? 3?
They're skull splitter dice, Matthew.
Really? Skull?
Roll
Maybe you
with
didn't.
two- you gotta do
maybe you
two.
didn't charge your dice. This
Yeah.
is an old tradition that I learned about many years ago. Charging your dice means you make a circle, a vaguely arcane circle, and you put the highest number facing up on all of your dice, plural, and I usually put my d20 in the center. And I'm sure there will be people watching this on YouTube who are like, yes, that's exactly how I do it. That's awesome. Or they'll be
I
like,
can-
actually, you're doing it wrong. So
Actually.
there we go. Charge your dice.
Okay.
Matthew, you tell him this, and he doesn't. He like is nervously looking over his shoulder, and then he's like, "They're upon us!" And he just runs towards the hole. He doesn't wait for you to cast invisibility. He just runs in the direction you pointed to, and now a group of people storm through the bamboo, and it's time to roll initiative. Initiative, Neely, is what we do when there's about to be a combat to determine who acts in what order. So the initiative will be the D20.
Okay.
You're going to roll it and
But I have
add
to
your
charge- I have
initiative.
to charge-
Yes, you're going to add your initiative bonus to that. And I also roll as the DM for the opponents.
Okay.
And I rolled pretty well.
5.
11.
Yeah, I rolled
So
a
5
7.
plus what? 7. What do
Yeah.
you have? D20. Go ahead, man. Go.
17.
Charged.
Oh, let's
Okay.
go charge.
So here's what happens. You hear Matthew.
yes.
Just before they crash through the bamboo towards you guys, you hear these barbarians, and you see like one of them taking the lead, and he's like pulling apart the bamboo that's separating you guys.
Yeah.
And you're like, and you're able to act first.
Ooh.
Your turn. Now,
That would have been so
you,
cool if I
this
could
is what
just-
you should be doing
Freaking axe.
because you're last.
Right.
Okay, so
I'm
you should
prepping.
be thinking, what am I gonna
Right.
do?
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
This is the only barbarian I've seen, correct?
No, this is all right.
There's
So
a- like a
I
group
know
of
there
them.
are several.
what you see,
but this
let me
is the
describe
only
what
one
you see.
I have physically
they're coming
seen
right
out of the
behind him.
bamboo.
Yes.
But do I know they're behind him?
Yeah.
you
They're
can
all
hear
coming.
them.
Okay.
You can't see them all, but you can hear other ones behind them.
This
The
is, like,
first
the
one
first
that's
one to get
breaking
to us.
through to get to you guys, and you get to go first.
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm gonna use Ray of Frost.
Yes.
But then I'm also gonna use my wild magic. Or wait, let me see, because I have I have the one thing where I can.
Wig flew.
Oh, I don't know. No, I'm not gonna use that. I was gonna use the thing where you can choose one spell and it can make it hit 2 people. Because I'm like, oh, it's gonna be a cluster. They're all right next to each other. But I'll save that because I can only do one.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna see if I have any like cones. Because wouldn't that be probably the best option of a spell to use?
Look at your cantrips.
Cantrips.
What's the top one?
We have acid splash.
And
What about it?
what's the other cantrip you have?
Firebolt, poison spray, and ray of frost.
All right. Well,
How do I know which one's a cone? Like a cone.
Wait,
pattern.
I should have.
none of those are.
I have a
Oh,
question.
Okay, then I'm gonna do the ray of frost because they're
wait.
reduced speed for the next
slows
10
them
feet.
down.
Yeah.
Okay.
For my divine sense, how do I know? How do I like who's categorized?
You would
into that?
activate divine sense,
But
and it's
who's-
basically. I have to look
It's
up
like
the exact
moral, like
description.
character, or is it like type of person?
It's types.
Okay.
It's types of creatures
Okay.
like demons, devils,
Right.
ghosts, vampires, that kind of stuff.
Gotcha.
All right, Matthew, read
yeah.
the description for your spell, so you know what to do with it.
A frigid beam of blue-white light streaks towards a creature within range. Make a ranged spell attack against the target.
Okay.
On a hit, it takes 1d8 cold damage, and
Okay.
its speed is reduced by 10
Now look
feet.
at your spell list sheet, and there should be spell save or spell attack right at the top. Plus
yeah,
5.
Plus 5.
All right, so go ahead and roll d20 and add 5. That's your spell attack.
Oh, 20.
Did you
25.
really roll a nat?
Yes, nat 20.
All right, nat 20. Okay, so now read me the
charge.
damage
It's
description.
charged.
Damage description,
That's super badass.
1d8.
I just read that.
So Matthew,
Now I roll a d8.
wait.
Right?
So when people roll a natural 20, basically in combat it means double damage. So if Matthew had rolled a natural 20, he would roll 2d8. Now I want you to watch what happens. This is just an example. See, I rolled a 1 and a 7. The total damage would be 8.
Gotcha.
But in my world, we use the BADASS, the
Bill
Bill
Allen
Allen Damage Alternative
Alternative
Scoring System, or BADAS, which means instead of rolling 2 dice, you're
Right.
going to just max out the first one.
Use
and you
doubling?
roll a second dice.
Well, dang. So you just add it to.
that. So that way, no matter what,
It's
you
still
always
good.
do
Oh,
a ton of damage
okay, so
because
8
you roll a
plus
20.
my
That's
roll.
fun.
So 8 plus your roll, Matthew.
Is this the d8?
D8.
That one.
Does it?
No, that's a D10. Sorry, Rip.
What?
It's the one next to your
It's
6-sider.
this
There you
one.
go.
5. That's pretty good.
13 damage,
Is that good?
Matthew. That's...
Wait, because my health.
Does he have to make a saving throw?
I don't think so.
Read it.
No.
You just said no. You did not even.
On a hit, it takes 1d8 cold damage and its speed reduced by 10 feet until
Okay.
the start of your next turn.
You
Damage
blast this guy,
instantaneous.
and he's like, whoa, oh, and he like falls back into the bamboo, and you don't know if he's dead, but he's definitely you just messed him
Yeah.
up. All right. Immediately after that, 2 of his brethren. I'm gonna actually have the one make a roll because he was hauling full speed. So one of the guys trips over the other guy that you just shot, but then the guy behind him jumps through and swings at you with an axe. And what's your AC?
Armor
an
class
axe.
12.
Okay, he hits. You take 5 damage.
So now my-
Melee.
Yeah.
So here's your maximum hit points.
Okay,
So
so I have to
Matthew
keep
would look
track.
at this number, and I said he took 5. So he would just write down the new hit point
Okay.
amount in this
So-
big box. So what's your max?
21.
So you're down to 21.
No, I'm down to 16. now.
Okay, so you're down to 16. So he just jumped through and just
Murked.
vengeance.
Oh, I just
Trucked.
got
Yeah.
murked.
Now, Mantra, it is your turn.
Okay.
There's one guy who literally just carved your friend,
Right.
and then there's 2 more on the ground, but that are trying to get back up next round.
If I cast a spell,
Mm-hmm.
so like if I did this, is that my whole turn, or do I like get to attack and like do I get to like?
So where it says casting time bonus action. So
Yeah.
you get a standard attack or standard action,
Mm-hmm.
a move, and a bonus action.
Okay.
So you can activate Divine Favor
and act on it.
and then attack.
Shit.
So you deal an extra 1d4 damage on top of your normal damage. It's a nice.
Is that a good idea?
It's a nice spell, yeah. At the same time, I mean,
Do I want to use it now?
right.
Yeah.
Oh, should I like mark that I used a spell? Is there somewhere I should be marking this?
So cantrips are at will.
Oh, I could just.
You
Whenever?
could cantrip all day
Oh,
long.
easy money.
What?
But spells are limited.
Okay, so there's the one guy who just swung.
The one guy who just swung is the only one that made it out of the bamboo. Because
So
the first
they're
guy,
still
he
back
blasted
there?
back,
First
and the
guy's
second guy
messed
tripped
up.
over him.
Oh, well then I just want to like fight. I want to fight.
Okay, so you have a longsword. You have a +6 bonus.
Yeah.
You're going to roll this, add 6.
I need a 16.
16, you hit.
Nice.
Now this says 1d8 + 6. So you're going to roll the d8 for damage, and you're going to add 6.
Oh, there we go.
You just
Really.
carve him.
Oh.
You're like, whoosh,
Straight down the middle.
and he's like, "Rah!" and he falls down at the ground. All right, top of the order, Matthew.
Vault.
Okay.
The guy that she just hit is on the ground, but he's still alive. And then there's the 2 guys, one of whom you colded, and the other who just tripped, who hasn't been damaged, but he just fell. What
So
do you
there's
do?
2 on the ground.
2 on the ground.
One's hurt, one's not.
One's hurt, one's not.
And there's
then
the
the
other
one
guy.
that you just hit, who's right in the mix with you guys.
Okay.
And the old nobleman is still running. He's like, help me!
Rip that guy.
I'm gonna have to make a roll for him for perception because it'd be funny if he was just running and then he fell into the pit.
He's like, wait a second.
All right, Matthew, what are you gonna do?
I was thinking about going with a cantrip, but now I'm thinking. No, I'll just go with another cantrip, I think.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm going to just hit this guy with my acid splash. He's-
read acid splash.
So you hurl a bubble of acid, choose one creature within range, or choose 2 creatures within range that are 5 feet of each other. Oh, so I
You
could
can do-
hit 2
You
people.
could
the
hit the
people
2
on the
guys on the
ground.
So
ground.
I'm gonna hit the
Okay,
guy who tripped,
continue
and then the
reading.
guy who nearly just
Continue
murked.
reading.
A target must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take 1d6 acid damage.
Okay, so the first guy failed. Second guy succeeds.
Succeed. So I do damage.
Roll
to
your
one of them.
d6.
So you have to pick which one.
The one that failed
2.
takes
Ooh.
2.
Okay.
All right, so he's like,
What if that's the guy that's already like half dead?
I'll roll. 1, 2, 3 says it's the guy that was already wounded. 4, 5, 6 says it's the guy who's not.
Okay.
He's
Right.
not wounded. So now
Right.
we have 2 injured, none
Yeah.
killed.
Right. Okay,
And the other
now
guy.
they're up. So the guy that you hit, who's on the ground bleeding, he still has his axe. He's going to swing up at you now.
Okay.
10.
Don't I have a shield?
You have an AC of 18. He misses.
Okay.
He's like, and you're like, cling with your shield.
Nice.
All right. Dude that you originally blasted with cold is like getting up now, and he's this club, and he's going to swing at you.
How far away is he?
He's within
Like-
walking distance.
Okay.
He misses.
Okay.
Dude that just got the acid, who's also mad, gets up, and he swings at you with a club. What's your AC?
12.
Hits.
Ooh, rip.
2.
Okay. Not bad.
Okay.
I have.
Neely, it
I
is
just
your turn.
remembered. I have like hella healing power, right?
You do.
Nice. Okay.
But you need to hella kill someone.
No, I do. I definitely do. Just for later.
Now, you do have Lay on Hands, which is a power of the Paladin that is incredible and lovely.
Okay.
So you're going to make an attack roll right? You're going to go ahead and attack the guy that you already hurt a lot, because if you hit him again, he's
With this one?
probably going to die. 18 plus 6 is 24. That's definitely a hit. Roll 1d8 and add your 6 damage.
9.
9. You absolutely and completely kill him in all ways.
Annihilated.
Yes. He is quite dead.
So that's he's only one of them's dead.
Yes. Now, if you want to heal Matthew next round, you may do so using Lay on Hands, which is where you're like, boom, and he's healed. Or you can use Cure Wounds. So if you turn to the spell descriptions, that's another form of healing. Now this is a spell.
Okay.
Lay on Hands is more of an ability.
Okay.
So either way, you can heal him. It's just how much you want to do it and how. So next round you can decide if you want to do that if he's there. So Matthew, it's backed up to you. Top of the order.
Okay. So none of these guys are dead yet. Just
No,
all
One's
there's
dead.
now there's one's dead.
Okay.
The guy with the axe is dead. She
So
just
you have
killed
the
him.
acid
Okay.
guy
But
and
the
the
two
cold
club
guy.
guys, acid and club,
And then,
cold,
are there any other people? Are there any other orcs?
you do not hear any other
Okay, so it's just
dwarves.
these two. Huh.
They are.
Then I think I might just go acid again because I can hit 2 of them with it. Can you do the same cantrip
If
twice?
he's close
Yes.
enough.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with. Well, I think that's the only one that allows me to hit 2, so I might as well do him.
You bubble them.
Yeah,
Okay.
I bubble him with the acid
First
again.
one dexterity save, fail. Second one dexterity save, also a fail. So roll d6 and tell me the damage.
5.
There you go.
There we go.
All right, you make a bigger bubble, and they're both like, and they're just furious, and their skin's bubbling from the burning of the acid, which half of their skin's covered in mud
Yeah.
anyway, and their hair's all dreaded and
Nasty.
gross. But they're like, they're angry. All right, I'm gonna have the first one that you damaged with the cold and now the acid. He is very wounded.
Okay.
But and he's gonna try to just make like a kind of a blind swing at you, but he misses. The second guy with the club, who's also a little bit more wounded now because of acid, he's gonna step up and swing at you as well, and he hits.
Oh.
6 damage. What are you down to?
8.
Okay. Guess whose turn it is?
So I have to choose between.
You see these dwarves are just wailing on
Annihil-
Yome, like wailing on him.
So can I be like, just back up for a minute while I kill this man and then I'll help you?
Well,
There's 2 left, right?
Now there's 1.
there are 2 left, and
Oh, yeah.
you have multiple forms of healing, and it occurs to you that you might need to just heal him because he looks really messed up.
Okay. Because if I get hit, it's fine, right?
Yeah.
If
He
I
hasn't
take
taken
some
any
damage, it's
damage.
fine. So let's do that.
So if you do lay on hands, you can literally just blow your entire pool and heal him 15 points like that.
Okay. Which is more than he had.
I have a question.
Right?
If I can only go up to 21
Yeah.
points, though,
Right.
do I get bonus?
No.
Okay.
So you could heal him up. How many points would it be to heal you up?
13.
Okay, so you could blow 13 and have 2 left in that. Or if you want to cast Cure Light Wounds, that is your D8 plus your spellcasting ability modifier, which is 4. So it's D8 plus 4.
And how often can I use that one?
You have slots. So how many slots do you have?
3.
3. So
think
you
you
can
go
use
with
it 3 times.
That one. Because the maximum we can get on that one is 12, and the max you can really give to me is 13. So I feel like you're better off, because
Yeah, but I can use this whenever, right?
Mm-hmm.
you can use that whenever.
So, and there's a chance
Yeah.
that I would need that later, right?
Yeah. What are you going to do then?
So then I would do land hands.
Okay, all the way?
Yeah.
All right.
13 points.
So Mantra reaches over to you. So typically what you would do is describe it and be like, I reach over and I touch him on the shoulder and I call upon the healing powers of Vusek the Water God.
So I have to like take a moment, and everything's like,
Yeah, because
I have to, like,
lay on hands
focus.
is you literally drawing God power to heal someone.
and like,
Yeah.
nice.
Back at 21. There we go.
Okay, so that's your thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now, yeah.
So it's back
What's
to
her
him,
turn?
or is it?
No.
So technically you could still move. You have a bonus action, but I don't have minis, so moving around isn't really strategically that helpful. You're all kind of clustered there.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so back to the top of the order. Yomi, you feel the healing power
Yes.
of
Mantra.
Vusek, the water goddess,
Oof.
flow through you as Mantra channels raw divine power to
Yeah.
heal
Low key.
you.
Full low key.
Yeah. You are so shook that your wig flies off. But it's
Wait,
your-
literally bald.
you were bald.
Oh gosh.
All right, so what now?
So these guys are like pretty critically wounded, right?
The one that you cold blasted is definitely critically wounded.
And then
the
what
other
about
guy
the
is
double acid?
yeah, but that's 7 total hit points.
Yeah,
so he's
okay.
okay. Like he's not fine, but
Yeah.
he's But if you were gonna focus your energy on one, it
Pick
would
that
be the
one.
guy who's most wounded.
Can I got 2 daggers.
You could, or you could just use Firebolt
Yeah,
or
I
Ray of
could.
Frost because they do a ton of damage.
Or you could just do that
That'd be cool.
and
Just like,
not lose
this is-
everything you
no,
have.
but like you know when
This
you're in a
is the
video
meta
game.
moment where I'm like, stop using poison spray and use
Meta.
an effing Firebolt. This
No,
is
no,
powerful.
no, meta moment. Ready?
Yeah.
You know, like in video games when like you down your opponent and just to piss him off, like you finish him with like a knife
An
or
extra,
something.
like,
just
yeah.
like this guy's on the ground, like half of his face is frozen and half of him
That's
is
fine.
like just burning.
You
just,
could
like,
totally do that.
just
I
like
don't
whip
wanna
the
limit
dagger
you.
out, just like Assassin's Creed style, just
But
right
then
in the
I-
neck.
Yeah.
No, no,
Couldn't
but
he take-
I'll finish him off with some magic. I think we're gonna let's see. Yeah, we're gonna go with Firebolt.
Okay. Roll.
So that just takes out the one guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So 1d10,
Well, you have to roll the hit first.
which is which die?
D20.
D20.
Okay.
What's your spell attack modifier?
Spell attack modifier.
Look on your spell sheet. Top right.
5.
Okay.
8 with my bonus.
You're like, and you shoot a bolt of fire from your hand, and the dwarf is like, "Ah!" and he
just
he
completely
ducks.
dodges it.
Yep.
Rip.
Rip indeed.
Hmm.
They are frustrated. One of them will hit you, and so will the other. 16 and 18. These gold dice sucked last season, and now they're like my killer
Now they're just
DM.
kicking
Now
my
they're good.
ass.
Charged. They're
3
charged.
damage and 2 damage. Take 5. They're just clubbing your friend down. So now,
You need to
Mantra,
like hang out and just wait. You need to just
Now,
like
you
wait.
actually could do that.
Could just like run away.
You could
Just back up a
you
little
could
bit.
spend your next round instead of
Because
attacking.
then you still have
could
your
do what's called
magic if we
disengage,
need it.
which is where you carefully step out of combat so they don't get free swipes on you,
Yeah.
and then like stand behind her.
Okay.
and then you can still.
so
which you
I'm
might
just
wanna
not this
do.
so
But if
one
we
thing to
need
being
it-
here.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. You're up.
I wanna take a swing at
Swing.
whoever's closest,
Swing.
like a hard
Swing
swing.
and kill.
Like this is like a haymaker.
Oh my
nat
God.
20.
A nat 20. All right.
Oh.
Let's roll the damage. So you get 8
Plus
plus
whatever
this
this is.
plus your damage bonus.
Well, dang.
Oh my God. My wig. All right. You just did 16 plus 6, 22 damage. You literally, you swing down and split this dwarf
In half.
like vertically in half.
Her sword is like stuck in the ground.
Okay,
like,
now I want you to
so
make an
bugged.
intimidation roll.
Holy shit.
So
And the other guy's
intimidation.
just gonna run away.
Yeah. So make an intimidation roll.
oh my god.
What's your intimidation bonus?
I can't
4.
read.
4.
4.
23. So you're like,
And the other guy's just like,
the other dwarf's like, and he gets up with the acid still
Yeah.
burning him, and he starts running back through the bamboo forest to escape.
I like that one. Just like he wasn't having it.
Okay,
My
Damn.
turn?
it's back up to you.
Dang.
Well, aren't they all gone now?
They are. Well, it depends. What do you want to do?
Can I
Perception.
can I
Roll
get like a perception
perception.
roll, like make sure all the orcs are gone?
You don't hear any dwarves.
Oh, they're dwarves, not okay. They're dwarves.
You don't hear
What about that
anyone
man?
other than the one that literally is trying to get away from you guys.
Okay.
Now you could still see him. He's just going into the bamboo. So if you want to blast him, you can.
But
Oh,
he's, like,
that's what you're
running,
okay.
right?
That's
He's
what you're-
running away.
That's what you're
We don't
offering.
need
He is
anything.
terrified of Mantra and her sword of murder.
We want that. We want one to get away so he can be like.
Can I throw the dagger at him now?
All right.
No,
go.
He's
we
so
want
weak,
him
and I
to
just
live.
throw the
We
dagger
want
at
him
him.
to live. We want him to live.
No, I want to just like snipe
Alright.
him with the dagger.
So what's your bonus to hit with your dagger?
10 is the only number I've written down for GP. I think that's my gold points.
Okay, look. You have a dexterity.
Yes.
What is it?
2.
Dexterity bonus?
Yes, plus 2.
So you get to roll your d20 and plus 4 is your total to throw a dagger.
14
plus 4, 18. You hit.
Oh, good.
Now, daggers only do D4. But
Okay.
if you roll a 4, he's dead.
1.
All right,
Why
so
are you like this?
you whip a dagger and you see it hit him in the back, but it's on the
just like-
shoulder
But
blade.
just like he just keeps
It's
running.
like the handle side.
Yeah.
Just like hits him. In
No,
the
it hits.
the handle just hits him.
It hits and it
He's
sticks.
like, oh.
But it hits him in like the shoulder blade, and he's like, oh, but he stumbles into the deep bamboo.
Yeah,
now
and he's gone.
You hear like if you wanted to run after him, you guys could.
No, this
No,
is just
unnecessary.
Piss him off.
Okay, now I'm gonna make a roll for the old man. Rip. All right, from like 50 feet away, you hear like, ah, help me, help! I'm stuck in a pit. I help. So, now what do you do?
All right.
Do we go get him out and
Did
then
he
leave?
fall in the same? Did he get into the pit I was in?
there. You gotta go look.
We need to go find the man.
It's definitely the same pit.
I say we go find the man. This guy has these really nice
but why do
clothes
we
on.
care? There's nobody.
He's got really nice clothes on.
But there's nobody after him anymore.
We could kill him.
For what?
He's got really nice clothes. He definitely has connections. Like, let's figure out who this guy is.
But why do we need to kill him for that?
Well, we might not have to kill him, but like, let's figure out who he is,
But
and then
what
maybe if okay, because what if he has like a bunch of gold on him and money?
What if he's like secretly evil?
Then we can kill him too. But like,
then,
let's go. I'm not just gonna go tell some guy to hide in a hole and leave him. Like,
you didn't even tell him that. You didn't even get to tell him that. He
Fine.
literally
You know
just
what?
ran.
Do you not want to go visit the guy? Because I want to go visit the guy. I want to go.
Fine. I say we get him out, but we don't have to do anything with him.
All right, we're gonna go to the guy.
We're just
for now.
like- we're
That's
just
our
like-
plan.
You guys go back to the pit.
Right.
It's the same pit, and sure enough, you
He's
see
in
him
there.
down there, and he's like, "Hey, is it safe? Did you defeat the barbarians?"
And we have our same vine rope, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You both pull him out.
No, wait. No, why are we
No,
pulling him? No,
what-
he's
all right,
gonna
fine.
stay in the hole until we tell him.
Okay,
or he tells us
he's
what he
looking
wants.
up at you, and he's like, "Did
All right.
you defeat them? Is it safe?"
No, I'm gonna tell him like, I want to know who he is. Like, who are you? Where are you from? And why are they after you?
My name is Don Barbara.
Where did you get that from?
Don Barbara.
Don Barbara.
Don Barbara.
Don Barbara.
Okay. Okay,
Don-
Don Barbara.
Please, if you
Don Barbara.
get
Where are
me
you
back
from?
safely to the capital, I will reward you most generously. Please, I come from a
Why
very
were they after
wealthy
you?
family.
Why were people
Can
after
I
you?
wait? Yeah. Can he
My
roll
merchant-
perception?
He's like, but please listen. Money is no object. I will reward you greatly and generously. Please, just get me back to the capital.
I feel like. Are we friends with the the capital?
Roll-
Doesn't.
I will
know.
let you both roll insight. Insight is the skill that helps you determine people's intent.
Yeah, that's what I was
if they're
gonna
lying.
say. I was gonna
So
say
look up insight, and then make a roll.
1. What do I roll?
Sure.
D20.
Yeah, and then add your bonus.
Oh.
14.
Okay.
11.
He seems to be telling the truth. He seems very desperate. But
I believe he has money. I believe he has old money.
I will welcome you. You could when we get back. I'll pay you. I'll reward you. You could stay in
What
my
items
manor
does
for
he
the
have on him
festival.
right now? What items does he have on him right now?
He's like, my caravan was robbed. I barely survived.
There's
You could,
nothing.
if you don't believe me, escort me back to the main road past this forest, and you'll see.
How far are we from the capital?
You're like a couple days.
And he has nothing. He has no money.
How's
He's
what's
just
his
a
like
body.
health like right now? What's his damage like?
Like basically beat up from.
But like he's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so
What if
he's
we just
telling us
he
they
can
got
tag
robbed.
along for a little bit?
Yeah, I'm okay with the guy. I was gonna make him give me something to hold on to, so like till we got to the capital, like
What
I
if
knew
we
he
just
was
have
good
him
for
with
it.
us?
Yeah.
We literally could have.
I wanna, like, tie
Are
a
you
rope to
saying this?
Hmm?
Do you say any of these like?
No, me and Neely,
ultimatums to him?
me and Mantra are doing this off to the side. He can't. He is like at an angle where he can't see us and hear us.
Okay.
So we're saying like we think we're gonna we want to help this guy out.
And we want whatever he's got to give.
Yeah, and I say I think we should like not handcuff him, but like
Literally, if
I don't know.
he
I
is
don't
close to
trust
us,
this guy. I think
He is not physically a threat in
and
any
your
way.
magic
to you
can
guys.
reach even if
Okay.
he's like trying to get away.
Yeah, and I say we throw this rope down and we help him out.
Okay.
Cause we don't like, we were just walking,
Yeah.
right? Like we're not doing anything.
Okay. Yeah, we help him out.
Okay. He holds on. You guys pull him out, and he's like, many thank you. I trust that you will enjoy the greatest feast when we get back to my family's manor at the capital. I assure you, my gratitude will be most generous. Well, thank you so much. Then he's very he bows several
Yes.
times, you guys, and he's
Very
like,
gracious.
We're like, all right, please.
so where do you go? Do you proceed?
Yeah, we continue on the path we were originally headed before we heard the noises.
So you guys,
It's
you guys
like quiet
go.
now, right? Like that
Yeah,
was like
it's-
what all the hoopla was about.
Yes,
All the
and
hoopla?
you really
All the
you don't
hoopla.
detect
You know
anything
that
else.
SpongeBob episode?
No.
But you kind of travel. You go around this bamboo grove,
Okay.
and you kind of get towards one of the main roads that leads towards the capital.
Yeah.
Can we not?
The capital is kind of central in the domain, and so a
Is
lot
this
of the
where we
roads
were- the
radiate.
game that I played.
That's
is
where
this
you were
like
going.
the farms and with the chickens were like over there, the towns kind of.
No, you're more east than they were.
Okay.
But basically, imagine the capital is in the
closer to
middle,
the capital?
and there are roads that radiate
Okay.
off, kind of like spokes on a
Yeah.
bike
Yeah,
wheel.
I got you.
Okay, so you guys continue, and you travel. A couple days go by,
Where's your house in the woods?
I
and
think it's irrelevant.
No, it's not.
everything
You've
goes
been traveling
goes
a lot.
well with your travels with Dunbarra.
Okay.
And you will soon be entering the capital, and that's where we will pick up next time on D&D with High School Students, Season 3. All right, thanks for watching that video. Make sure that you like and subscribe, and don't forget to check out a lot of the other great content that I have on the channel. It's really awesome. You should check it out. I know what I'm talking about.